Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Pink Sky Tarot. I'm Elle. Special hello to my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new here, please come join us. Also be sure to check me out on Instagram as I do daily guidance posts over there that you won't see here. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, just send an email to pinkskytarot@gmail.com and I will send you the information. My Instagram handle and email are down in the description box for you. Alright guys, it is time for the full moon in Aries video. The full moon is, I'm sorry, I don't know the exact date. I think it's in 2 or 3 days from now. Sorry, I should have looked at the date before I started the video, but it's coming up very soon. So we're just gonna see what's coming up with this full moon so you guys can take advantage of the energy. Yeah, okay, so full moons are closing out cycles, right? So it's like, what cycles do you need to be closing out as you move into this next phase? And it's funny because the new moon in Libra and like a lot of energy that was coming in towards the beginning of this month was all about new beginnings, fresh starts, new steps, making big changes. Like there's a very strong energy of making big changes right now. So with this full moon, it's kind of like, especially for those of you that took some major life steps at the beginning of the month or around the time of this new moon, you might be able to be closing out that cycle finally. You might be able to close the door and move on to the next phase for your life, okay? So let's start with, since the full moon is all about closing out cycles, let's start with what energies we're leaving behind. Okay, so what energies are you leaving behind with this full moon in Aries? Now remember, full moon energy lasts for about 2 weeks. So if you're seeing this video now or within the next couple of weeks, you can still harness that energy. And of course, the night of the full moon is when you can take advantage of it the most. Okay, all right, so what energies are we leaving behind with this full moon in Aries? All right, let's see here. All right. So we have renewal, rhythm, healing, rest, kinship, teamwork, connection, sharing, supporting, and expansion. Ritual, dance, feast, fire. This makes a lot of sense to me, especially like as I was saying a few weeks ago, there was lots of strong energy about renewal and new beginnings. So it's like the energy that's being left behind is that renewal. Whatever that first step you took, the energy that was around it is getting left behind. Even though there is always a lot of good things that come out of these positive changes that you're making in your life, these big changes, these big steps, there's also like negative energy. There's anxiety about making these changes. There's stress, which is the same thing. There can be emotional sadness. You can be depressed. You can have, even though you know the step that you're taking is what you're supposed to do, closing out a cycle can still be very sad and very stressful. It's just like once you get it closed out and move forward, then is when you start feeling that good energy. So whatever negative energy you were feeling around the renewal, the fresh steps that you were taking, that's being left behind. We are closing out this cycle that you've set in motion. With this kinship card, I feel like you're leaving behind some people. There's some people in your life that you thought you had a good relationship with, because this is a positive card, teamwork, connection, sharing, supporting, but you didn't really have a good relationship with that person or those people. And so it's time to leave those relationships behind. It's time to move past them. And like I said, ending a relationship, even if you know it's the right thing to do, can be very sad, can be very painful. So it's like, yes, I know I should get divorced. It still makes me sad. Yes, I know I need to leave this toxic workplace, but it still makes me sad. Or yes, I know I need to have some very strict boundaries around these certain friends or family members, but it still makes me sad. So it's like leaving behind the negative feelings that came with letting go of some people that were like a false sense of support in your life. Okay, and we have expansion here. Ritual, dance, feast, fire. This renewal has opened you up in a lot of ways. And I don't feel like you're leaving the expansion behind, but it's like you went through the opening up process. You've opened yourself up and you're at a new spiritual level. And so it's like you're leaving behind the process of going through that expansion. You've expanded already. Okay. And of course, there's always room for more expansion, but this particular cycle of going through a renewal and the emotions that can be around that, of letting go of some people, how it has opened you up, that's what's getting left behind. The process of getting to where you are now. All right, I feel like that's a really great way to start this reading. It's like you had to go through some painful moments towards the beginning of the month here, and now you're just in that spot where it feels good, okay? So what energies are going to be coming in with this full moon? What energies will be coming in with this full moon? And I feel like these energies are going to be at the tail end of the full moon cycle. So like towards the end of this couple of weeks, because you're like in a release mode. You're releasing the pain, you're releasing the people, and you're allowing yourself to sit in this new expanded energy. So what is coming in? What energies are going to be coming in with this full moon? This one. Can we get two more, please? There we go. And one more, please. There we go. Okay. Knocking over my thing over here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Uncover. Dowsing pendulum answers integrity, compassion, nurture giving, love, and life. And then we have crystalline, which I've never actually seen this card before. Energy, wonder, alive, beauty. All right. We have this uncover landing on top of this renewal. This renewal energy that you're leaving behind, all the negative emotions, is allowing you to uncover what's inside of you. What emotions that you need to tap into. Even some gifts, some hidden talents, some skills. Whatever you've been keeping hidden away, it's coming out. Because the people in the past that were holding you back, the situations that were keeping you down, you've shed all of that. You've gotten rid of it. And so now you're able to uncover the truth here. The truth in your soul journey, the truth in how you want to live, the truth in the skills and abilities that you have. Okay, so we're uncovering a lot here. That's the energy that's coming in. And then we have compassion. Okay, I feel like this is you being compassionate for yourself, but with it landing on this kinship card, I still feel like you're having some compassion for the people that you had to walk away from. You know, you're saying to your family member, you know what, I do love you, but it's unhealthy for you to be in my life, so I have to walk away. And you're ending these relationships in a compassionate way. But also walking away from these relationships is allowing you to have more compassion towards them, because when you're in it, you probably are feeling a lot of negative energy towards these people. Like maybe with your coworkers. I'm in a really toxic work environment and I'm ready to move out of it. So you move out of it and you feel like, well, these people might behave this way because it's a toxic company to work for. Something like that. Okay, so there's lots of compassionate energy coming in. I feel like a lot of it is for yourself, thanking yourself for being confident enough to take these steps, being gentle with yourself as you're going through this healing process. Hey, it's okay for me to cry about this. It's okay for me to have sad feelings about this. And it's okay to actually want to do this for myself. All right, and then we have crystalline, which it's perfect that it landed with this expansion, because what are you doing? You're spiritually expanding. You're opening yourself up to new possibilities, new ideas, letting new energy in, letting new information in. With this crystalline, we have energy, wonder, alive, and beauty. And this feels very spiritual to me. Like you're allowing spiritual energy to come in. I'm talking about like crystals. Okay, I don't really use crystals all that much, so I don't know too much about them. But it's like you're letting energy source come into you with this expansion. And you're just kind of sitting in it. And you're feeling very alive, I think, for the first time in a while. Like you're feeling like it's going to work out for me. this was hard, but it was the right thing to do. There's like a sense of peace here. It was hard for me to make this decision, but now I know why I made it. This feels good. This is better. Okay? All right, so let's get into some tarot here and see. All right, so what should our main focus be during this full moon in Aries? All right. What should our main focus be right now? I didn't fully ask the question, so I'm going to put it back. What is our main focus right now over these next couple of weeks? What should be focusing on? Okay, there's 3 coins, or 3 cards here. There's 2 coins cards, that's why I said that. All right, so we have 4 of Swords in reverse. We have 8 of Coins in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Coins. So our main focus right now is to make sure we are not in a stalemate, that we're moving forward, that we are allowing our gifts to become uncovered, and we're letting go of this renewal energy. Because sometimes if you end something and it's really sad or painful, maybe you get stuck in that energy, or maybe you think you made a mistake. So our main focus is making sure we're not stuck in this stalemate, that we're continuing to progress. This 8 of Coins feels like inner work in the reverse here. Usually 8 of Coins in the reverse, I get like a stalled work, or you're not focusing, but this feels like inner work here. Allowing yourself to be more compassionate, and also learning how to work by yourself. Okay, you've had some people in your life that you might have been codependent on or relied on a lot, and this is like, I can work by myself. I can do things by myself. I am a strong person. I don't need these people in my life to have success. So it feels like a building up of confidence within self here with this 8 of Coins in reverse. Why is the 8 of Coins in the reverse? All right, so we have the Knight of Coins in reverse, which is funny because we have the Knight of Coins here. So there's a lot of Pentacles energy, so there's a lot of things you should do, like, I heard at a ground level. I was going to say in your 3D, but now it doesn't feel like 3D. It's at the ground level. You're rebuilding your foundation here. And with this Knight of Pentacles being in reverse on this 8 of Coins, where I said it feels like internal work, don't make offers up to other people right now. Can you come help me move? I'm sorry, I can't help you move this weekend. Can you do all this extra work at your job? No, I can't. So it's like, you're not ready to you don't need to be overextending yourself. Okay, if you can genuinely take on some extra work, then okay. But if you're overexhausted and you know that that's going to push you to a breaking point, you should say no. No, I'm not offering myself up right now. That is being compassionate for yourself. That is taking care of yourself, learning to say no. And inner healing, I can work by myself. I can take care of myself. We have the 2 of Coins here on the bottom. So it was like, when somebody asks you a favor and you don't want to do it, then you go back and forth. Man, I really don't want to do it, but they asked me, so I should. So it's like getting out of this energy, not feeling guilty for saying no. And then this Knight of Coins here with this expansion and crystalline. So with this expansion, I'm kind of picturing, it was like almost like a flower that was blooming and it's sitting open. It's fully expanded, but you're still learning. The flower is still taking in the sunlight and still growing, even though it's bloomed, right? So, and that's what this crystalline is. It's like you opened up with this expansion, and now you're bringing in the energy here. And this Knight of Coins feels like you accepting this new energy. Feels like you accepting the spirituality. Why is the Knight of Coins here? It's like making an offer to yourself. I'm going to let this in. I'm going to feel my feelings and the spirituality and try to connect with myself. And then we have the Hermit all about going in solitude and taking care of self and making decisions based on spirituality. Yeah. So this energy here and these last cards is all about taking care of self, expanding yourself, going into spiritual solitude and letting the spiritual lessons come in, feeling that energy, making an offer to yourself. And with this pentacles, this coins here being 3D, you might need to find a sacred space in your house, in your home, to have quiet time with yourself. You know, if you live with other people, you can say, I'm going to sit in my spot for 30 minutes and I don't want to hear a word. Nobody talk to me. Or maybe there is some place in your neighborhood, a park, a hiking trail. You can maybe go to a pond or a lake or something, and you can just sit peacefully by yourself. So there's like this hermit, he's all about solitude. He's all about being alone in a positive way, taking in the spiritual lessons and hearing things in his own voice, okay? So that's what our main focus is right now. Okay, so what do we need to look out for with this new moon that's coming in? What do we need to look out for as we're closing out these cycles with this full moon? Okay. What do we need to look out for as with this full moon energy? Okay. All right, so we have 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the 4 of Wands. I really love how positive this last deck of cards is. It's really stack of cards. It's really positive. Okay, what we need to look out for with the 7 of Wands is guarding. I said like guarding your energy. Making sure you're not being guarded, because we're going to be uncovering things within us that are uncomfortable. I think it might be uncomfortable. Also, make sure you're not staying too guarded that you get stuck in this 4 of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, this 4 of Swords energy, because the 4 of Swords in reverse is about moving out of a stalemate, about starting to make progress, okay? So we don't want to, I heard, like, get caught up in the sadness of this cycle ending. We're keeping ourselves open here with the 7 of Wands. Why is the 7 of Wands in the reverse? Then I also heard be careful about letting people in, because you don't want to let people in too soon. So we have the Page of Pentacles here. There's the, I mean, we have both the Knights and now the Page of Pentacles. So there's a lot of that energy here about making offers or being careful of accepting offers. So the Page of Pentacles can sometimes indicate going back to school or learning something new. So I did hear the phrase educate yourself, but it's not in a scholarly way. So with the 7 of Wands in reverse, it was saying be careful not to keep yourself too guarded, but at the same time be careful who you're letting in. So it's like discerning. Be discerning with how you're approaching people and situations. Is this someone I need to have my guard up against? Or can I let them in? Is this somebody that I need to remove? Or do we need to have some boundaries? So what we need to look out for is how we're interacting with people, especially new people, and just be discerning. Especially if you're going through a healing process and maybe when you're in this hermit energy, you start to feel a little bit alone. Don't let somebody in just for the sake of letting them in. Just be discerning here. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords, and this is going to inner conflict, inner mental conflict inside, which goes well with this inner work. As you're working through things mentally, don't doubt yourself. That's what I heard. Don't doubt yourself. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can move forward. Yes, you can tell... I'm sorry, my dog scared me. He was messing with the blinds. It sounded like somebody came in. Okay, don't be afraid to tell people no. Again, it was going back to that Two of Coins. When somebody asks you for a favor and you don't want to do it, you're like, man, I really don't want to do this, but they asked me. Don't get in that energy. No, I'm sorry, I don't have the energy to help you with this or do this extra work or whatever it is. Don't be afraid to tell people no. Don't get into a mental state where you're battling back and forth within yourself. Either from what other people are asking of you or even what you're asking of yourself. You can do it. You've got it. Okay? So that's what to look out for there. And then we have the Four of Wands. The stack is so positive over here. I'm hearing foundations. So Four of Wands can be about building foundations. And it's like, and then the stack is a lot about letting spiritual energy in, making offers to yourself. So it's like, make sure this foundation you're building, this new phase of life you're going into, is solid for you, is what you want, is going to keep you grounded, is going to keep you stable. And that's why you're going to have to go into this hermit mode here and listen to your spiritual voice, your inner voice. What is good for me? Why is Four of Wands here for what we need to look out for? Because Four of Wands is an extremely positive card. So it's like, make sure that this foundation is what you want and is not influenced by outside sources here. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. So again, there's lots of coins here. Equal give and take. So if maybe you're in the middle of this spiritual awakening and somebody comes in, make sure it's equal give and take. That's just one message. Again, making sure this foundation you're building is solid, is balanced. You can stand on it by yourself. Maybe you are, as an example, you're thinking of switching careers, and so maybe you go to a friend or family member and be like, man, I really thought I was going to like this career path, but I don't, and I want to do something else. So maybe you say that to like your mom, for example. Maybe your mom always wanted you to do this career path, and you ask them for your opinion. Maybe I should switch to something else. And they say, is the advice that this person giving you for your truth, your best self, your own well-being, or is it advice that they're giving you because it's what they want and they're trying to get you to do what they want? So it's like, make sure that this foundation you're building for yourself is yours. It's all you. And it's okay if you want to ask for outside opinions, but again, be discerning here with what these people are saying. Are they saying what's good for me in my best interest, or are they trying to get me to do what they want me to do? Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking out for here. This last column is so positive, it makes me so happy. All right, so we're going to get some guidance here. Final guidance message to, I hear build on. Something to build on as you kind of close out this old cycle and move into your next phase here. Let's get some guidance, please, for the full moon in Aries. Some guidance for the full moon in Aries, please. They want me to pull a mermaid card too, so I'm going to grab a mermaid before I look at that one. Oops. another guidance card, please. Yeah, see, that came out super fast. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so we have a ladybug. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all the good things in your life. And then we have a free spirit. So these cards feel really good with this last stack here. You're opening yourself up to new opportunities. You're expanding yourself spiritually, which is going to allow material things to come in as well, relationships to come in that are good for you. And this free spirit here is exactly that. With this crystalline, you're opening yourself up to new opportunities. You're going into this hermit mode and listening to your inner voice. And I feel like you guys are going to be lighter, a free spirit. We always think of like a flowing hippie kind of person. And I feel like that's the energy you guys are getting in. And it's going to help all this good fortune and abundance come into your life. Okay? And we had lots of messages of receiving with all these Pentacles, the Knight and the Pages of Pentacles. So receiving for yourself and for the people around you. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope you guys found it helpful. If it resonated, please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.